Welcome student. Today we are going to discuss antihistaminic agents. In the last lecture we have discussed about the introduction part of antihistamines, histamine and the allergic reactions and the way of allergic reaction, how these allergic reactions happen in the body. And in this lecture we will study about the antihistaminic agent and how these are synthesizing, and basically the synthesis and the uses we will discuss about the very basic antihistaminic agents or the drugs we will discuss. So first of all, what are antihistamines? Antihistamines are the drugs which are capable to prevent or diminish or decrease the pharmacological effect of histamine which secrete in the body during allergy. So by any way, by any kind of mechanism, they are able to prevent the activity of histamine. So antihistamine is opposite or the counter effect. Antihistamines are working as counter attack on histamine. Antihistaminic activity, how these antihistamines are working? Actually these antihistamines are working in three ways. The one, inactivation of histamine. So by any kind of chemical used, either formaldehyde or the carbon dioxide or any other enzyme which can inactivate the histamine activity in the body. So this is the first way. And the second way is substrate computation method. Substrate computation method is another method in which any kind of compound or any kind of substrate and another compound counter attack or the suppress the activity of histamine by any way, just replace it. And third way is opposing action of histamine indirectly. So that means a compound has to interact with another compound which on counter attack prevent the activity of histamine actually. So these are the three ways. First, in the first way, inactivate the histamine activity by the using of direct chemical compounds. Second, substrate computation method, just replace the activity of histamine. And third is opposing the action of histamine indirectly. So first of all, a compound has to interact with another compound which are counter attack, change the histamine activity. So this was the antihistaminic way of working. So now we will use the very common, very important compounds which are used as antihistamines. So the first is Benadryl. I think everybody know about the Benadryl. Benadryl is diphenhydramine hydrochloride. It's a very simple compound. It's a very just one click reaction and this drug has synthesized. But before that synthesizing, this reactant has to be prepared. So this synthesize is two-step process. In the first step, ethylene oxide interacting with dimethylamine. Dimethylamine is basic by nature and ethylene oxide are acidic by nature, so it is a kind of neutralization reaction. Both are combining together and they form 2-dimethyl aminoethanol. This aminoethanol interacting in the second step. In the second step, what is going on? The diphenyl methane we took and the halogenation takes place in presence of sunlight around 130 degrees Celsius. A bromine has to attach. A addition reaction takes place. This is halogenation or the bromination reaction. So a diphenyl methyl bromide has formed, which again interact with you can see this bromine, and this hydrogen has to interact with this polar part is hydroxyl, and which interact with this bromine part, and just a single click in the basic medium around 110 or 100 degrees Celsius temperature is required, and these both can interact. So this counteract is just this HBr remove and this oxygen is directly connected with this carbon. So the Benadryl has generated. So the synthesis of Benadryl is very simple. You have to learn how to prepare the reactant for this actually. So this 2-dimethyl aminoethanol how to prepare, and diphenyl methyl bromide how to prepare. So these two substrate, if you remember, then you easily write the synthesis of this compound. So Benadryl, as you all know, what are the uses, and it can be act as antipasmotic agent, urticaria. It can be used in hay fever, bronchial asthma, cold and cough. And so cold and cough, we always use it, and so it's always preferred. And hay fever is also a kind of fever that's cold fever. With a cold and sneezing and runny nose, that's hay fever. Bronchial, any kind of lung issues or some cold, or that's Common side effects, a common and very basic side effect in this, not a very long term, but it's short term side effect is the drowsiness. The people feel dryness in their throat. So this is the basic side effect of this compounds, which overcome by the next. The next medicine or the next antihistaminic agent is dimenhydrinate. Dimenhydrinate is actually prepared to overcome the side effect of drowsiness in the Benadryl. So this is just a Benadryl. To overcome the side effects of Benadryl, we have prepared a quaternary salt interact with the 8-chlorothiophyllene, it is used. So this is a addition or the combination of 8-chlorothiophyllene with Benadryl. So the basic structure and the synthesis of this Benadryl is same, but the connectivity is different. So the synthesis, the first two steps are remain same. In the third step, what we have prepared is a 7,9 dihydro 1H purine 2,6,8,3H trione interacted. This is the iodine. This is methylation or the alkylation process in the basic medium. In the strong basic medium, when this interacting with methyl iodide, two alkyl group introduced on these two nitrogens. See. These two hydrogens has been replaced with the alkyl group. Further reaction takes place in presence of PCl3 and the POCl3. This compound has formed. This is 8 chemically. The name of this compound is 8-chloro 1,3 dimethyl 3,7 dihydro 1H purine 2,6 dione. So when this and Benadryl, the combination of Benadryl and this form the drug. The basic using of this compound is just curing nausea and motion sickness and hyperemesis gravidarum. Hyperemesis gravidarum is a kind of complication which caused during pregnancy. The females feel nausea or some motion sickness or some vomiting and a kind of complication, a simple complication which generally occurred during pregnancy, which we can use it. Some other drugs also with this genera are Linadril, Decapyrene, Succinate and Olestin maleate. These are also structurally almost similar and but less effective and less famous or the less economically used drugs. So these are also in the same genera drugs. Now we are discussing about the deoxylamine. Deoxylamine, it is chemical, it is multiple substituted pyridine derivative which is able to cure nausea, vomiting, concern with the pregnancy and traveling. So this is also a kind of drug which is almost similar with the Benadryl structures. A slight difference in the structure of Benadryl we can find it out. See the synthesis. What? 2-acetyl pyridine 2-acetylpyridine when interacting with the phenyl magnesium bromide in or addition product form, that is 1-phenyl 1-pyridine 2-ethanol, which again interacting with chloroethyl dimethylamine and a combination product has formed. This is dioxylamine. This is just a single two-step process in which a compound has formed. So this is also in another kind of antihistamine which we can use it. The next is chlorocyclazine. Chlorocyclazine is another derivative which we can use as antihistamine. It is also able to cure the nausea, vomiting and the motion sickness. So the structure, when you wish to remember the structure of this drug, you just remember 3 rings in the structure, and one ring is piperazine ring, 2 benzene ring and 1 is piperazine ring, 1 chlorophenyl ring. So 1 benzene, 1 chlorophenyl, 1 piperazine ring with methyl can combinedly form chlorocyclazine. Chlorocyclazine and cyclazine are the basic derivatives of each other. The chlorine derivative is chlorocyclazine and without chlorine it is cyclazine. So these are also used for vomiting, motion sickness and nausea, and how these prepare we will discuss. Synthesis is very simple. Parachlorobenzyl hydryl chloride we took and 1-methyl piperazine we took. So a very simple reaction takes place in this case. This HCl remove. See, this HCl remove and this nitrogen is directly connect on this point. So this is only just one click reaction and the condensation reaction takes place. This reaction takes place in the basic medium, sodium-sodamide reaction. This reaction in the medium of sodium amide, that's sodamide, and this chlorocyclazine is prepared. Chlorocyclazine as simple as cyclazine. It is an antiemetic used in the treatment of nausea, vomiting, motion sickness. This is also a drug which with the same reaction you can find it out on place of parachlorobenzyl benzohydryl chloride. We just took benzohydryl chloride and react with 1-methyl piperazine, and the react condensation, the same compound form the chemical name of this cyclazine is 1-diphenyl methyl 4-methyl piperazine. So the basic structure you can remember with the chlorocyclazine, just one chlorine attached on this point, then this will be chlorocyclazine, and we remove it, then it will be cyclazine only. Next point, this is diphenyl pyrroline. Diphenyl pyrroline, it's a DPP, it's commonly called DPP. DPP has also been found to act as dopamine reuptake inhibitor, produce hyperactivity in the rodents. It has been shown to be useful in the treatment of Parkinson's disease also. So it's the starting material for this diphenyl pyrroline or the DPP. We need benzohydryl chloride, which interacting with 1-methyl piperidine for all. Piperazine means the 6-membered ring with nitrogen is called piperidine. So this is piperidine ring attached with hydroxy. So this is hydroxypiperidine, but in the chemical name or the IUPAC name of this compound is 1-methyl piperidine for all. So it is also a very simple combination when HCl remove and this alkoxy substitution takes place. This is just an ethereal substitution where HCl remove and this oxygen takes place on this place. So this is a kind of condensation reaction in the basic medium, and the common name or the IUPAC name of this compound is 4-diphenyl methoxy 1-methyl piperidine. So the structure you can remember in the last slide we have discussed cyclazine, and here we are discussing about the diphenyl pyrroline. So the basic structure of this drug you can remember with the thought that in this structure having 2 benzene ring and 1 piperidine with methyl with alkoxy substitution. So the basic structure can be remembered or remain stable in your mind. It's 2 benzene ring with 3rd piperidine ring attached with the alkoxy substitution. Triplenamine sold under the brand name pyribenjamine. So pyribenjamine by the neuritis used in the treatment of perennial or the seasonal allergic reactions, conjunctivitis, allergic reaction or Asian or urticaria. So the skin allergy and the conjunctivitis and the seasonal allergies can be cured by this drug. So what the starting material required, so this is aminopridine is required for this, 2-aminopridine is required for this, and this is chloroethyl dimethylamine is required. Both take place in the combination reaction in which HCl remove and this NH bond forms. So this 1 degree amine is converted into 2 degree here, and that reaction is again in sodamide reaction. So this addition product form, with this addition product again interacting with benzyl chloride interacting on the point, this HCl again interacting with, see this hydrogen is again interacting with this chlorine, and the substitution takes place here. So triplenamine is a drug which also this is 2-step process. In the both steps just HCl remove and the basic medium. So the starting material, if you remember the synthesis, you can easily remember. So whenever you discuss the synthesis, you just remember the starting material. So whenever the starting material remember, the addition and clicks easily can remember. So single click reactions only, very single click reactions. Thank you. In the next lecture, we will discuss some more antihistamine drugs with their synthesis, with their uses, their side effects, and so on.